else do they pull today? That's weird. Don't look a gift mount in the horse. Right? That's how the saying goes. Welcome, everyone. Ewok Templar. Diablo 4. How y'all doing today? Hopefully y'all are doing well. Let's get into it. A little bit different today. A little bit different. We're gonna be doing a look-see. A little bit of a compare and contrast. At a fan-suggested build to change my build. Little tweak they had for my my elemental shotgun build, if you will. They suggested several things. 2 main ice shards. As you see, we have ice shards equipped. I already had it equipped, actually. I had changed the build recently because I was messing around with it. And I decided to go ahead. The thing I changed myself before I even messed around with their suggestion was to take off Lightning Spear, although it was more lore accurate to my character from D&D. But I decided to equip Ice Shards anyway, and I changed out the Paragon board for Conjuration with Icefall. Get that big ice damage. So it's leaning more towards ice while still being elementalist. Still heading towards the enlightenment stacking. But I decided to go for what they suggested. We got one of my better Frostburns equipped. Comparing it to my old stuff that I had equipped was Fists of Fate to get that lucky hit chance up really high. And honestly, the Tacets of the Dawn Sky, compared to the Iceheart Braze, I don't know how to say that word. Iceheart Braze, I think that's the correct way. But the Tacets of the Dawning Sky, I had it just to make her beefier, give her some defense, because that's what it does. Also, it's one of the rare few items that adds movement speed on an item that usually doesn't have movement speed. Also, this is the one that rolled perfect movement speed. Look at that. That's pretty nice. Pretty nice. It was just there to give her the higher movement speed. As you can see, like, we still had 175 movement speed. So we're doing all right. Also, they suggested the big ice shards enchantment on the amulet, which I preferred having the teleport, since I'm doing all of the elemental nonsense. Or a nice fast teleport. I still have teleport equipped, but now it's a 10-second cooldown. But I mean, we still have Arc Lash equipped, and we still have it to where cooldowns go down with our basics. So you can see it comes back fairly fast still. Not the fastest. Have to keep on attacking with basics. I preferred it though. I preferred the movement speed. And the reason, honestly, I think this is the weird one for me. Like, if I had to change one thing about their version, it'd probably be going back to the Fist of Fate. I mean, this still goes off, but the lucky hit on Frostburn, the 40% chance to do the fire damage and the 40% chance to do the cold damage, I think that's flat damage. Like, I don't know if it gets multiplied. I don't know if it counts as a skill when you get that lucky hit, or if it's just that flat fire damage, and then it goes up. Maybe it goes up by 35%, because if you look at Frostburn's enchantment, you deal 35% increased fire damage to chilled enemies, 35% increased cold damage, because now it doesn't say skills, it just says damage. So, paying very close attention to the wording. Oddly enough, for some reason, my toughness rating goes down when I have the Tacets of the Dawning Sky instead, even though this one raises my non-physical defense and has... I think it's just because the Iceheart Brace has so much maximum life added to it. That's usually one of the numbers that adds to toughness. But... oh, another thing I changed. I actually took off the boots I had. I lowered my movement speed on purpose with my other build, just to give me these Blizzard boots I had in storage. They still had movement speed, but they have +3 to Blizzard, and they make Blizzard even fatter. They got a nice, wide Blizzard. A Blizzard. I'm gonna have him here. Honestly, this is the one thing I would change back, though. Is Fist of Fate, just because I feel you're doing all 3 elemental damages, but you can buff all of their damages. Like, we're doing damage with cold is increased by over 1,000%, damage with lightning 600%, damage with fire over 1,000%. But there's about 1,000% more damage to be dealt with vulnerable as well. And with the Fist of Fate, you just get that lucky hit off more often. My lucky hit is still pretty high though, almost 60%. So about 2/3 of my attacks are gonna go off as a lucky hit anyway. But now my lucky hit to make them vulnerable is only half the time. So half of those 2/3 hits are gonna make them vulnerable to give them that extra almost 1,000% more damage. But let's play with it. Let's see how it feels. Even though I really like my movement speed, I really like my teleport. Let me just walk in here. As you see, the ice fall and the piercing really makes it to where, and also the ricochet effect really makes it to where it spreads out nice and neat. One thing I really liked about, what's it called? The ice orb, is that when it explodes, it's a guaranteed vulnerable to anything that it hits for 3 seconds. While the shards themselves have an ability to make things vulnerable, not including the lucky hit that's added. They have to hit the same target like 5 times to get their lucky hit stuff off. To get their lucky hit to turn them vulnerable, at least 5 of the ice shards have to pierce the same enemy. As you can see, we're chaining pretty well. We still have the same enchantments equipped, so that works well. Honestly, as you can see, we're getting some decent numbers. There was a 60,000 critical hit right there. I still have Ice Orb equipped on its own. Honestly, this is gonna be kind of hard to see, like, measure the difference in damage output. Although I already, like, planned on changing. To the Icefall enchantment instead of the Conjuration one. Because Conjuration one, it added, what was it called? Non-physical damage and something else, but it was only there just for the one spell, the one ability. So I was like, you know, this is a lot of Paragon board just for one spell that I use some of the time. Now for the head cannon, to connect it, to make it more reliable to the lore, no, not reliable. What's the word? Loyal. More loyal to the lore. Keep it lore accurate. The lightning spear was closer to chain lightning and lightning bolt. Which, now that I've changed things around, instead of having the lightning spear, I could just have chain lightning. But the thing is, chain lightning would be even more accurate to the lore. But lightning spear is just too good. I've talked about this before. To where if an enemy's stuck in a wall and you can't kill them, sometimes lightning spear can get them. Sometimes you can just launch lightning spear and it'll clean that mess up. One thing I have noticed though, that one world event where you have the statue and you have to kill the guys fast enough so that the statue explodes and the demon comes out. They're working a lot better. But now, oddly enough, the one where you have to hunt the beast and kill 5 of them so you can hunt the same beast again, helps the hunter kill the beast, and he does that weird like vampire suckage thing on them. It looks like a weird reverse vomit tornado when he sucks them out. I'm sure you guys, if you played the game, you know what I'm talking about. It looks weird. It looks weird to say the least. some reason that one's been glitching more now. After they fixed the other one, now this one, the one where you hunt the beast with the hunter. For some reason, now I'm not talking about the competition one with the barbarian lady. I'm talking about the guy where you come up to him and like, oh, will you help me? It's the one where you talk to him and he has like a long talk. He has like 2 sentences of stuff he has to say to you before the thing actually starts. But for some reason, that one's been glitching a lot more for me, to where I just kill them, and then for some reason the big beast you're supposed to kill just stops spawning. And just the regular guys spawn until the mission goes, ah, not good enough. Not good enough. You tried, but it just wasn't good enough. You're a big smelly, you know that? And honestly, I've definitely not seen the damage I was. I feel like getting the guaranteed vulnerable is better. I mean, this is good. We're getting a 69%, at least for now. Maybe later on, there's upgrades we can get. Because now, what I'm seeing is like damage that ranges anywhere from 2,000 to, if I get it critical, to 67,000. Operationally, it's fine. Technically, they are getting hit by all 3 elements when they explode with the fireball. And if one of the ice shards blast... Alright, let's go up here. Let's do this one up here. We're literally probably like only 5 million away from leveling up to 277. I kind of just wanted to experiment with this. Look at the numbers. Like, actually do a good compare and contrast. Because I feel like, I'm gonna be honest with him, like, I feel like you have better chance of doing more damage if you get that lucky hit with Fist of Fate. And you use that vulnerable damage. And the test sets, I can take it or leave it. But honestly, on harder difficulties, I think he is right about the Icy Heart Brace. The Icy Heart Brace, I think later on in harder difficulties, this one will actually pay off a lot more. Because having the enemies die while frozen, and they have a third of a chance of exploding into a free Ice Nova. Definitely way better if you're doing an all ice build that's actually running Ice Nova so that your modifiers and whatever other things you're running, enchantments and aspects that connect to Frost Nova, can be added to that. Because when this one goes off, it counts as you casting Frost Nova from the point of where the enemy died, so it's pretty awesome. If you're doing an all ice build and you combine this with the Orsavane Mace, it gives you +4 to core skills. I think that would work way better, honestly. I think, like, but on hard difficulties, if you're freezing the enemy with ice shards and blizzard, like, that would definitely pay off a little bit more. As you can see, my big blizzard is still very powerful. We're hitting them with 4,000 damage just for area effect damage. And one thing I love, I like to tell people, I figured this out. Someone probably already figured it out before me. But if you get the aspect for the blizzards periodically spawn exploding ice spikes, those ice spikes have a chance to crit like a regular skill. Blizzard by itself cannot crit. It can just do its chilled and cold damage over time in that area. And remember, it doesn't count as damage over time. It counts as an area denial. So if you think, so things that say increased damage for damage over time abilities, or increased damage for crowd control, both of those do not count towards Blizzard's damage, so those can't buff it up. But Ice Spikes at least give it a chance to actually crit like any of the other skills. So it's pretty awesome. It's pretty nice. And now with these boots, I just have really fat Blizzard. Just really level 8. Over 50% increase in mass. Look how fat, it's like double in size. It's so massive. I really like hitting the fireball. I really like hitting the fireball, especially when it goes off with the free Ice Orb, because then that Ice Orb explodes. If it explodes on them, that vulnerability goes off. Which at this difficulty, it doesn't matter. But as you can see, like, I feel like me throwing the fireball at them, the Paragon boards I have, it works getting bigger numbers than you do with the Ice Shards. About the same, a mixed bag, really. No, I would say the fireball still gets the bigger explosion. Which this is still comparable, the Ice Shards. But let's do something active. Let's actually change out Fist of Fate. Let's actually change out Frostburn for Fist of Fate. See how this feels.
They've been feeding.
Not critting as much. But I think we're gonna see bigger numbers in the long run. Oh, let's stand far back. Because now they should be like. Hold on, let's put those lizards down for a second. With Fist of Fate, our toughness. Well, the blizzards are adding to our toughness. Look at this. My lucky hit chance is now 91%, and now I have more like 4 out of 5 attacks make them vulnerable. Yeah, there you go. That's what I wanted to see. I think that looks way more effective. Number-wise, yeah, I'm seeing... Now that I'm actually getting a decent amount of enemies and giving them the ability to actually stack. Granted, I still have the amulet attached as well. Granted, without Fist of Fates, it did crit for 60,000 at one point, but now I'm getting more even numbers. I'm getting, when it does crit, I'm seeing 20s and 30s more often than without it. Let's switch back just to compare again. And drop that, because we don't need that nonsense. That's some high quality, highfalutin nonsense. Just want to do like compare contrast. I just want to see what we're cooking with. I forgot something back there, but it's fine. I don't care. Look at that. That was pretty good. And that was with Frostburn. We need more conclusive. We need some more testing, though. I need more testing. Definitely the amulet's helping to beef it up. The amulet enchantment, forgot what it's called. Cold Pierce, something like that. Where is it? Right here. Pierce 5 times to deal 69% increased damage. An additional 10% more damage for subsequent enemy hits. So that means the more enemies it hits, as it pierces through them, the more damage it does to them. And one thing I did notice that's interesting is that whenever Vox Omnia's ability goes off to launch the basics, whenever this one's ability goes off to launch those free basics, it matches the velocity of the spell you use. See how fast they fly out? The little lightning. I bet you probably wouldn't even seen them at first. But if I do the Ice Orb, all of a sudden look how slow the little lightning bolts move. See that? But if I shoot the shards, they fly out just as fast as the shards. That's kind of weird. It's kind of cool, but kind of weird. That the, what's it called? All these, there's actually a name for it. Like they don't say, like in gaming, you know what I mean? In gaming, they don't say the velocity, they say something else. It's not like meters per second. There's like an actual word they use for how fast your projectile is moving. Projectile speed. You can see Frostburn, 18,000 there, 15,000 here and there. That was an power. We don't count that one. Real quick, switch to Fist of Fate. See that? Seen the 13,000. Non-critical. 11,000, 12,000. 19,000. Switch it back. Yeah, a bunch of 14,000s, 13,000. 10,000. It's not the same though. I don't think it's the same. Keep testing. It looks the same, but then again, Fist of Fate also has the ability to randomly do increased damage. Come on, see these guys down here. 24,000. No, I'm going back. I'm going back and forth. Back to Fist of Fate. She's covered in blood, she's covered in ice. But she's still nice. Yeah, I'm getting 69,000 and 70,000. When I do this, it's random, but at the same time also, like now that like there's a way higher chance that they're vulnerable and there's an extra 1,000% damage on top of that. See what I'm saying? And at this difficulty, I feel like since they just don't have the health to support it, the Icy Heart Braze is literally doing nothing because they're dying too fast to get frozen. So the Ice Nova is not going to go off. So like if I'm grinding like on harder difficulties, yes, absolutely, probably works all the time, every time. Or at least a third of the time. But we're just doing too much damage to actually freeze the enemy and kill them while they're frozen to release the Ice Novas. Tell you what though, with that ricochet effect in a long narrow hallway, it really does clear the hallway real fast. Combining it with the fireball, like that is, it bounces better. It definitely bounces around the room. It bounces around a hallway better than Ice Orb. I feel like Ice Orb definitely does better for clearing a room, but this definitely does better for clearing a hallway because the way it ricochets. You can really reach down the hallway, especially with the piercing. And then it ricochets outward. It's like a fragmentation shotgun. It's automatic. And I do like that the Vox Omnia matches the velocity of the ice shards. I wish it was always that fast. It's kind of weird to see it like right next to each other. You launch the Ice Orb, you get those slow little lightning bolts, and then you can't even see them. They disappear in the horizon, those little lightning bolts. Gloves. Speak of the devil. It's another Frostburn. Let's compare it to our Frostburns we already had. Aww. Well, it has attack speed, but that's not. I don't need just attack speed by itself. I'm gonna keep the Frostburns on for now. I really do feel like the Fist of Fate, it just combos better with everything because now all your attacks can cause vulnerability. Just a way higher chance of vulnerability, you know what I mean? Let's go for a walk. Let's go to a place we don't usually go when we're doing these grind sessions. You know, I like to favor this area because it's really fast. And then this area up here as well. You go here and then you just come around to all of those. Let's go to something with a little bit of space in. Space. Your butt is from space. Come over here. Come over here. Compare and contrast. I feel like ice shards, the piercing enchantment, definitely great for clearing up the hallways. I prefer having my fat teleport though, because I like to get through in my grindings. The idea is the faster I can go, the faster I can kill the monsters. The more monsters I kill, the more XP I get while I have my XP boosts. But maybe this will have more benefit once we get to the torrent level difficulties. The Ice Heart Breas will definitely see something there. Because right now we're just killing things too fast to actually see Ice Novas. You can see fireballs, other ice-related explosions. Do like its reach though. See how fast we can do this dungeon. Come on. I don't know. I don't know what y'all think. I feel like when you hit them with the regular and they get just the regular damage, you hover in between 4,000 and 8,000 damage. When you crit, it's harder to tell. Switching back to Fist of Fate. I feel like we're hovering now. The Fist of Fate is a little bit more random. Anywhere from 1,000 damage to 20,000 regular non-critical damage. I think there's a world boss going on. I feel like that'd be a better test. Although we won't be able to freeze them because they're a world boss, but... So not to mention the way this character's set up, it's better for grinding, it's better to just arc flash and let the ice orbs do the work as you smash through the armies. But as soon as I saw this build, I felt like for the all three element build, for what he was talking, it's leaning heavily into ice, especially if you're gonna equip Frostburn and the Ice Heart Breas. Or at least dual elements, fire and ice, if you want to do it that way. I think what balances out to what makes it difficult to like see the difference is that the random damage with Fist of Fate is about 300%, while the increased damage of fire and cold, which will be adding to your ice shards and your fireball explosions, is about 150% on the Frostburns. So that's where it's like, well, they're kind of the same, but different. Not really getting... Sometimes the Frostburn has a lot more little numbers, but it works just fine. And sometimes the Fist of Fate hits one guy for 70,000 damage, or 80,000 damage. Which, depending on what you're doing and what you like to do, maybe you'd like that one. Maybe you'd prefer it that way. I don't know. Let's go up here. We're about to level up. I feel like we're doing a really good compare and contrast. I think after this, I'm gonna switch back. I feel like I'm getting this a fair shake. What is that? Why is it purple? Do a new event start? How do I get up there? That's some secret do the campaign nonsense, isn't it? Get off me. Honestly, one of the things I was doing and having fun with was actually having Incinerate instead of the Ice Shards. I did Ice Shards because it does have the range. And I feel like it killed faster than the Incinerate, but the Incinerate does well when it comes to like a Horde event. Because after a while, it takes less mana to just stand there and use Incinerate. So if you're just standing there and fighting Horde waves, it's easier to just stand there and hold Incinerate down than holding down Ice Shards. I mean, that works though. It works just fine. Granted, my defense is less. Seems not to really matter right now. There is some kind of weird... Oh, the Age of the Goblins is back. Oh, I didn't even know the Goblins were back. Oh, we're gonna do Goblin hunting. It must have just activated. It wasn't activated earlier. Uh-oh. Okay, let's pay attention here. Let's pay attention because we're actually very close to reaching a milestone of 10 billion. And if we get really lucky with the golden goblins, we might reach it. Yeah, we're about 50 million away from 9,700,000,000 gold. Maybe that's what we should go for. See if we can roll some Vile Splendors. I'm still rolling Prosper. Honestly, I think Prosper actually combos with Fireball then.
Oh, no! No!
You get the Immobilize. That's one thing I really love about having the Ice Orb on your enchantments. Not just the free Ice Orbs. If you notice, sometimes if an enemy's behind you while you're attacking a foe, it automatically targets it and shoots backwards. Like your XX Centassion. Pretty nice. I like it. Reminds me of me when I was her age. God bless it. Get off me, snakes.
You there! They're here!
Killing me won't bring back your damn snake honey.
The only way out of this is to fight.
See, it's working just fine. Put him back, put him back. Fist of Fate. You know what? I think he's right. After careful analysis, I think average damage the average damage of Frostburn plus the Ice Charge enchantment is slightly better
Never seen anyone fight like you.
with the Frostburn. But the Fist of Fate has way better, bigger criticals. Also, I prefer running it because then the Ice Orb making everything vulnerable. That's where you get your big damage. This whole idea, honestly, this...
Gate still locked.
I like the idea of having all three elements, but the real bread and butter is just whipping them with Arc Lash, then slamming them with Fireball, while moving through them really fast.
Not sure where they let out.
That's how this build really gets things done with the Elemental Shotgun.
Watch for snakes.
It's like the Elemental Machine Gun, and I love it. But for the type of grinding we're doing right now, I kind of need that movement speed to get those clear ratings. On the plus side, it looks like another Goblin event has started today. Come on, let's go back. Let's go back to Kerrigan. Karragar. I'm gonna flip things around. I'm gonna see how much of a difference we feel. I feel like we did a good comparisons. If we were just using Ice Shards all the time on a harder difficulty, it seems alright. Seems alright. Now I'm gonna switch a few things around.
Fashion this into something exquisite.
I'm gonna put my Tessits back on and my teleport back on. And just a fate. Let's do a full comparison. I was thinking about it. Full comparisons to the old build. No. Let's even get that level up. Didn't activate the bonus XPs because we're only 7 million away, but somehow we didn't reach it. Oh! Don't you run from me, my little green goblin friend. Ooh. See, that was a 53,000 round there. Are they all goblin connected? Oh, let's go up here. Channeling. My God, we're getting a lot of favor. Hold on. To the tunnels. Let's try to get this level up. We should be like right next to it by now. If we were getting about 1.4 million per dungeon, we did 3. That's gotta be close to 5 million already, so we're about 2 million away, I would say. Smell the glove. Freeze those knees, Papa Cheese. There it is. 277. These colors don't run. We're fulfilling our destiny. Soon I'll have a build stronger than either of us. I can't decide what I'll call this build. Will it be the squeeze and tickle or the scratch and sniff build? I don't know. Man, that's way more effective.
Bless you.
Yeah, while I have you guys here, you guys ever see the movie Drive Angry? Nicolas Cage?
Bless you.
It was a fun time. I was very surprised. Now, is it like next tier? Should you drop everything and go see it? No, but if you ever see, if you have the time, you don't know what to do.
Favor hates me. They don't understand.
I don't want to spoil
Try to
anything.
protect my home.
Amber Heard was in it. And I know a lot of people out there probably still sour because she was apparently just a really, really terrible wife. Kind of crazy. I don't know. I think revenge pooping the bed's a bit much. It's a bit loud, to say the least. I'm on the team of, how about let's keep the cool and unusual things on the sideline, you know? We just put that in the maybe piles, keep some distance between ourselves and it. But she did look good in the movie, I'll tell you what. I think the Cars made a song about it. But when she was just like you, the dangerous type. But honestly, as weird as that movie was, how banana sandwich it was a B movie, but it was lovely. I don't know how to describe it. I don't want to give away too much. Surprisingly, though, S-tier pacing. Like, whoever the editor was, knew what they were doing. Everything else about it, you could argue, was in the B tier, but made as good as possible. It was a quality B tier. B plus. Good enough. Better than most. But you've seen better. You definitely have seen better. But whoever's in charge of the editing, wow. They went all out, man. They went all out. It stuck together. It was cohesive. I was surprised of how enthralled in a Nick Cage B movie I could be. I was like, well, let's see where he's going with this. Hold on, something I forgot to change. No, we're doing alright. I think definitely... Oh, I never had the knife just despawn like that. I got tired. I was like, I can't keep up with this. I like the movement speed. You gotta have that movement speed. You gotta have that bounce.
the fool with his own blood.
Honestly, I mean, look at that. 109,000. That was probably from a fireball explosion. But still. I feel like Fist of Fate just balances this out more better, especially if you go on elementals. I feel like what he was talking about at that point, instead of doing all 3 elements, you're gonna do Ice Heart Brace and Crossburn. Do fire and ice build. Just do dual colors, man.
No.
I feel like you could really dump out damage then, because your enchantments were already Ice Orb and Fireball anyway. So I feel like that you could stack that better. Ooh, destruction. Fancy free. Alright, come on now. Come on now. Get out of here, you little goblin free chops. Where are they? Aha! There you are. Give me your juicy fruit. Yeah. How come the zebra bubblegum was the tastiest, but ran out of the flavor the fastest? These are the things that make me angry. I like it, but honestly, stacking vulnerable, working out way better. And we don't even need to. You can just drop 4 blizzards and start just grinding them, shaking it like a salt shaker, turning them into mincemeat pies. Alright. Well, I'm about to have fun. Actually, maybe I should stay out. Maybe we should go for it.
We're going to make it.
We'll get some Vile Splendors and go for this. Go for that 10 billion right now. Bless it. No one cares. Sorry, I'm yelling at the commercial, not you guys.
Here. Something for your troubles.
Oh, you know what I realized? My microphone's way over there. Hopefully I sound okay. I'm not gonna move it. I'm not gonna change it. I feel like I've been talking loudly today already, so we'll just go with it. We'll roll with it. I don't want the audio to be too different all the time. We'll try to have an even flow. Just like Pearl Jam wanted us to. You know, I don't usually listen to Eddie like that, but this time we will. Second Forgotten Wisdom. Honestly, movement speed. This is really adding to the dance, Magic Dance. I mean, honestly, I don't think we're gonna make it. If I did this, it might take me a while. We'd have to definitely have those Vile Splendors ready. Oh, here's a goblin. Wasn't full of stuff already. There are a few out here. We might get lucky, I don't know. Not to mention with Arc Flash, for some reason my ice orbs just go off often. Just works way better, man. On the plus side, we're only 23 levels away. It is starting to take a little bit more and more, but thanks to my new system we've set up, it's not a problem. I've been having a lot of fun with my robe. Standard, the flurry robe, the furry Rob Low. I'm talking to him for some reason. You know what it is? I had some ham that was slightly off. Thought I could save it. I had some last night and it was okay. It was rough, but it was still tasted like ham and was edible. This morning I tried to save the rest of it, but it finally had turned over. It tasted like, you know the meat's bad when it tastes like cheese. And it's one of those deli meats, so it was deceptive. Like I could kind of smell it, but the color looked fine. Like it looked fresh. I thought maybe it was just the juice that was at the bottom of the plastic. Then I took a bite out of it and I was like, oh no. Oh no. I had a little bit last night and it was fine. That was the last moment that it was fine. Literally, this morning after sleep, I had a midnight snack with some bread at about 11, I want to say. Not a lot, just a couple of slices. But this morning, I went back to, I was like, alright, I'm going to kill it before it all goes bad. Dear God. It deceived me. Put it in there, and I tried to fight it too. I came prepared. Basically boiled it in the microwave and added sriracha and garlic powder. And it smelled great, but then I took a bite out of it and it tasted like cheese, and I was like, oh no. That's not the way meat's supposed to taste. Something has gone awry. Mistakes were made. But you know what? I got rid of it. Time makes fools of us all. Especially if you're biodegradable, which most people are. We found another Eastos heirloom. Ooh. What? Evil no bounds. What are we at now? Alright, we might not be doing it today. We might be doing it off camera, because I imagine once we make it to the halfway mark of this 27-7. Oh, let's give this a break. We will thank... I forgot his name. It was one of those names where it wasn't capitalized and it ended in 4 numbers, so I was like, this doesn't feel like a main account. So I didn't bother to memorize it. We'll thank them for their input, but honestly, There are suggestions, now that I think about it, probably would have been better for a fire and ice build. Or maybe even just an all ice build that focuses on shards. Because without freezing them, we're doling out too much damage. Without actually freezing the enemy, we're not going to see the full effect of his build. Although we can see the numbers and say that on average, its regular damage is better. But my vulnerability damage and my crits, like, you know what I mean? We get a bunch of 2,000 and 4,000. We also, at the same time, get more 20,000s and 30,000s. Well, I would say the Frostburn with the Ice Shards amulet makes it a more even amount. You know what I mean? It's less wild. It's less varied. It goes from 2,000 to 30,000, while mine varies from 1,000 to 80,000. It's a bigger, wider range of numbers, but I feel like I'm hitting harder and faster more often with my build. His build would definitely be better if they were tougher, though. If we could actually get them to freeze and die frozen instead of exploding instantly. Then we'd probably see some better numbers with the Ice Nova being added to the equation. You know what? The last few minutes, let's go actually check out the build we're working on. We got our level up. This is a bit different, not just me grinding and talking about nonsense. Talked about a little bit of nonsense. Actually compared and contrast a build. I feel like we actually looked at the brass tacks of it and got a good idea what they were going for. Let's go ahead and spend a few minutes helping Novisame out. We already got him to level 50. Wolfman will be joining the crew soon. Wolf, he bite. Like bark, bark. Wolf, wolf, not bow wow. I'll keep that amulet for now. I'll keep both those amulets for now. Where should we go? Should I go back to where I was? You know what? How about we go clear out some strongholds? We just made it to level 50. It's time to start doing the big boy stuff. Work our way. We're about to be 60 in 10 levels. Let's do this. He goes wolf, wolf. He's not a normal man. He covers his face with... Like, look at this mask he's got going on. How does that even make sense? How does he see through that? Why does it look like he's trying to cosplay as... Like, it's a weird combination of Isaac from Dead Space and a wolf man. Like a wild man. Some sort of high fantasy. Man, how does he see through that? Why does it glow? Why does it have all those lines? It's not, don't think about it too hard. Novisame is a man of wonder and mystery. He has his dogs, and he himself is a dog.
What is this?
Some suggest he might be of an Arab variety, because he brings a dog to war.
Oh, to cutting, even for these parts.
Sorry, I got startled by the frozen people. No! No! We might die. These guys are strong. They're built for tough. Oh, just a werewolf. No.
These goatmen spread nothing but death.
You know what I really like is the rabies. Rabies I feel like is pretty OP. Oh no! I didn't mean to unleash the ice. There we go. Alright, we'll be alright. We'll be alright. Dang it, I did it again. Hold on. There you go. Try not to touch him. Slide down. Slide in. Slide, flippity slide. I'll leave that alone for now. I'm gonna push our way through here. Ah! Oh, here it is. Dang ice statues. Why are there so many? Why do these goatmen like cold things so much? Slide down again. Yeah. I might be a werewolf man, but I like to have fun too.
We always knew something was
Maybe me and my
under the
dogs will make
ice,
a bobsled
but
team.
we
You
thought
don't
we could
know.
fend off whatever was in the tunnels.
You don't know.
Yesterday, I found my daughter
That's why I wear this
crying.
mask.
She told me she
Not
saw
only do I like to
monsters in the
cosplay as
caves
Viking
and
Isaac,
begged for us to leave.
I like to keep an air of
Nothing
mystery
would drive
about
us from our
me and my
home.
wolves.
I left afterwards.
It's
to
just
hunt.
me and my wolves out here.
When I returned, I had to push through raging winds and heavy snow to reach the
All the
village.
time, the women's, they come up to me and they say, "Oh, Novisame,
They
is
were
you a
encased
werewolf?"
in ice. The monsters my daughter warned me about had overrun the town.
I say, I be a werewolf. Dodge ice easily. Easily! Hey, how? I balk at the move like Ozzy. I question the move. Why is it so big? Why is it made of rock? Who told it to be up there and glow like that? Why does it keep chasing me at night?
It is done.
He died. Hey, a ring. Oh. I don't know, I really like the vampiric blood rage for the attack speed. At the same time, an early on level 49 Mother's Embrace might help me. Especially with that whole energy get back thing we got going on. Maybe. Maybe. I'll try it out later. Get off me! Malnook has fallen to the wolfmen. He said bow wow and bark bark, bite bite. Wait, he said bite bite or did he try to bite you? Yes. Sounds like a freight job. He's holding his little doll. After he killed the butcher and took his cleaver, he has that little doll he likes to hold up. He keeps on pointing at it and saying, "There, that's where the butcher tried to touch me." Sometimes he doesn't talk, he just grunts. He goes, "Rrr," and he points at the dog. We're like, "What do you want? What do you want, Novisame?" And he turns into a wolf and he runs away. He runs away. Sometimes we hear him at night. Yelling. Yelling into the woods. Something about the east. He knows who they are. He plays. makes wild, outlandish claims, like he was the first werewolf to wear a piano key necktie. Alright, what's going on over here? He just shows up. I'm here. Here tell you guys have been praying to things that aren't wolves.
Blessed are you who will die in the Mother's name.
Who? No! Blasphemy!
Give this stranger the holiest of welcomes.
Very interesting design. They have the wings coming out of their head. No! You guys might be better on some demons and oppressors. But I'm a wolf man. I'm used to this type of weapon. I was born in it, molded by it.
I must destroy them.
Oh, there it is. See that? Leveled up. Level 51. So close and yet so far away. I don't need people. My wolves will love me. I will learn the boon. Me and my wolves will whirlwindo.
Another lamb for the
Excuse me.
sacrifice.
You mind? Stop worshipping weird demonic effigies that are also somehow alive and look like Lilith. Seriously, did they just get one of those succubus to just stand there and take it? Would you be a statue, darling? And they're like, yeah, I guess. It's a living. Would you guys mind turning into demons and getting sucked into hell blood pools? And they're like, yeah, I guess we'll do it. Lilith wants us to, and we like her now, because she's like, sin's your birthright, and we're like, that sounds good to me. That sounds way easier than not sinning. I always found following the rules super easy. I feel like a truly lazy person following the rules is super easy. If they're asking you not to do something, and it's like, that's it. You can just sit there. And lucky for a new Visame, turning into a wolf and slapping the bejesus out of demons ain't against the rules. In fact, it's encouraged.
Your evil
Oh
is
my
done.
god. He's getting more powerful than I can imagine. As you can see, as a druid, he also has the ability to, like, lock in and teleport to the enemy. But he doesn't have a dash, not that I've seen. That's the one problem. That's why I'm thinking in the long run, the rogue might still be the fastest when it comes to doing the magic dance. But with the right setup, it's really hard to deal with the sorcerer's speed. Like if they have max movement speed and a super fast teleport, comes back every 4 seconds, they're just going across the field. And I guess I'm still more used to it than the rogue. 'Cause the rogue has you have 3 dashes. Dashes. You have 3 dashes. You have your regular dash, then you have your dash ability, so technically you have 4. Or I guess that's why it's called an evade and not a dash. You get the one evade that everyone gets, that one. You go, hoo! A lot of vampires died here. And a lot more are gonna die too, because I'm in town. No! My natural nemesis. My natural rivals. They suck the blood, and all I want to do is eat their sheep and poop in their yard. We deal with humans different ways, you and I. You see, you want to kill the humans and turn them into cattle. I want to steal the cattle from the humans and leave them my very large and dangerous
Smaller
poops.
growths are protecting the larger ones.
And that's why we're enemies. All I have to say is, at least these guys don't sparkle. They are kind of ghoulish, though. Oh, I need some water. I haven't been using my rabies ability, but it's pretty broken. I think rabies is pretty powerful. You do it just the right time, it works every time. Did I... Am I done here? No. No, I'm not. It's now vulnerable. Here we go. Come on! Get on it!
The light did not protect these knights from the vampires.
Go on, then. Then on go. Iago. Where were they jumping down from? This is an open courtyard. Do vampires have a nifty ability to perch on a cloud? Do they summon a Nimbus like they're Goku? What's going on up there? Maybe they were just a bunch of little bats. That's also a thing they could do, right? I've seen them do that. I don't know why I'm confused by what's happening right now. Wow, they die so easily. Alright. These vampires are weird. I don't remember any other vampire in any other genre where they make giant weird blood pulse piles, hearts. It's like these vampires are a combination of vampires and the flood. Well, we killed a bunch of people. Let's turn their bodies into blood pulses to make us more powerful vampires, I guess. When does that make sense, man? Soul Drinker. Title. How do you earn that title? You just get good at sucking so well as a vampire. They call you Soul Sucker. Oh, he sucks the souls out of them. He sucks so well. I wish I could vampire as hard as Jeffrey over there and Winston. They're soul suckers. You suck your blood so hard your soul jumps out of your body trying to get away from it. Look at this guy. He can't decide if he's coming or going. My full ability got him twice. I could pick up that two-handed axe. Okay, I will. Aha! Oh wait, it's still invulnerable. Why is it still invulnerable? Who's in here? Who's doing the shooting? Oh, I remember this one. Is it up here? No, it's not. It's over here! Now I remember. Yes, this is the little tower right in the middle. I always forget this one. Man! No! He does have that crazy ultimate. The werewolf is that crazy. Just go around and whip everything. Well, let's do it again. Let's do it with this guy. After we launch our wolves at him. He died. I'm level 52 now. Deal with it. A few more fortresses like that and we can make ourselves a cocktail. Shrimps. Marinara. I like how we free this place And after we free it, it's still full of vampires. Like, nothing changes. Like, what did we do here? What did we change? No one retakes the fortress. Just the vampires are dead, but they're also still here. Alright. I think that's a good stopping point. We'll figure this out. Figure this out later. Thank you for the suggestion. Friend of the friendless. Oh, where's my camera? There I am. Looking like a ghoul. The blue light does me no favors. I don't know why the blue light makes me look even more like a ghost man. Can you see my vitamin D deficiency? The inner machinations of my mind are pain and suffering. Anyway, we like to have fun around here. Thank you all. Ewok Templar, Diablo 4. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit that like button, keep on posting. We'll see you in the next one. Y'all take it easy.